and decent farm in the early game. I think the point was to stay in the mid lane and not ever be harassed by anyone from MVP Revolution. But of course, Tinker against a Juggernaut and Invoker. Time that, especially in the beginning, when the Invoker with this huge range can still use Alacrity or Exhort and whatnot, steal your last hits, and all you can do is watch, because obviously your laser doesn't actually reach the Invoker unless the Invoker gets close enough to you. So if Stormcat plays well, can utilize his rage better, and can just put a lot of harassment on the Tinker, then
5 seconds remaining.
Then the Invoker should be able to win the lane practically, in terms of last hits. Again, about the draft itself. The whole idea here at MVP Revolution is people to be able to get some ganks with the Invoker in the early game, so he doesn't have to leave the lane. They're pretty confident with the Tinker. They have a nice amount of team fight, but without honestly. Similarly, the Invoker is not particularly sorry, what I mean is he's just an offlaner. They haven't sacrificed the hero to become a team fight offlane like do if you were picking an axe or something like that. Darkseer is useful in most stages of the game regardless, and you actually only have team fight based on him and our spirit, and that's actually fine. The Vacuum Wall replica is already really strong, and then the freezing, if you have a solid Gary, in this case Pubber, on the Juggernaut, who also offers some team fight by the way, and magical immunity, which is very useful. And of course the Invoker to offer a ridiculous amount of team fight to your team. I mean, it's just the idea that MVP Revolution have not put too much effort into this. They haven't gotten like crazy synergies or anything of the sort, gone for the full magic damage or full early game lineup like we've seen the Prime and D do before. They just simply decided to pick a solid, stable, and consistent lineup. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for MVP Revolution. Now, Happy Feet is a bit different. Happy Feet actually have much more going on in their lineup just because they picked up a Sven. That Sven can either work really well for them or not at all, actually. Now, the new Sven is still questionable in terms of effectivity. You know, people are still uncertain if that extra strength is going to bring him back into the meta because he still gets kind of like hell. But of course, with 40 strength and God strength level 3, that Sven is going to not only hit hard, but also I do believe they are playing in the Japanese server for people that don't know, because MVP Revolution suggested that, and Happy Feet was agreed to it because they have an American stand-in, and that's Jay. Right, that's it. Yeah, exactly. So now, I think MVP Revolution actually have worse ping in the Japanese server. Maybe I'm not entirely certain, but they suggested it, so they both agreed to the Japanese server beforehand. I don't know why they're complaining. I don't know if they're complaining about this or not. I'm not entirely certain, because they did agree to it, so we'll see. But in this case, Happy Feet, though, like I said, they have to dominate the lanes a bit more. They're utilizing the Bad Rider and the Trip Protector exactly for that. Jules in the bottom lane can join Jayo and just get him a lot of farm, and with a new stacking method, the Sun should be back to some degree, at least in terms of farming. You can farm like crazy, especially utilizing that God Strength. And of course, the Tinker's supposed to be left alone in the mid lane, maybe get Trial Boots early, maybe get it late. Tinker doesn't really care, because of course, with a new stacking method, though they have nerfed the creeps and how much gold and experience they give, the March of the Machines way of farming is actually one of the most effective. Creates 2 stacks over here, and these 2 stacks will be able to be farmed by March of the Machines. In fact, if you put yourself here, you should be able to farm 3 stacks even, actually. And you can just create 3 stacks, 3 triple stacks, and it's so easy for the Tinker to farm. And if any creeps are left behind, Sven comes in, clean up crew, easy stuff. And Sven can utilize this part of the jungle, for example, where this whole point. Oh, is there only 2 camps here? Just I can utilize this. You can use these camps as well because there's ancients and they're also closer. These are good for the March of the Machines. Anyway, the whole point is to divide the jungle equally among them, enough so that both of them get enough farm. You have to identify who. Let's start doing stacks for him, and let's take him. Is Sven getting crushed in lane by a Darkseer or Spirit combo? No problem. We'll let Jayo farm some stacks and we'll be completely fine. Because that's all he has to do. And once he gets God Strength, I mean, man, you can even consider getting an Axe now with the new Sven. It's so powerful. Just because the bonus damage got nerfed ever so slightly, but like 40% on level 3 is not that big a deal. I'd rather take the 16 strength and the 80% bonus damage than the 100% bonus damage in there. And they did rework the scepter. Give a bit less damage. Now with the strength, it's much easier to use the scepter as an OP powerful tool because of course the support spread has been buffed considerably with this. If you go for Armlet and Mortigan, which I think should be staple now in Sven because of the ridiculous amount of strength you get on him. But you can go up a variety of builds, mind you. But Armlet, Mortigan, or and this should both be considered here for the Sven. The thing is, if you go for God Strength or read level 1 with Armlet and Mortigan, that is what I think it gives you 24. I want to say 40. No, 25. Okay. Yeah, so it'd be 41 strength total. That's just level 6, mind you. If you can get the Armlet and Mortigan around minute 7, minute 8, we should be possible. That's 40 strength total. And that is a total of 640 HP. 640 HP at this time. Yeah, no way. There's no way you're getting through that. You can even Omnislash Sven, he has the extra armor as well. You can attack him as much as you want. It's just never gonna happen. And the guys at Happy Feet will always be able to destroy, or will always be able to survive with a Sven that survived for ages. Game finally started, and then we'll see if the Sven pick actually does work out, especially against a melee carry such as Juggernaut. He's traditionally known as a counter, so I don't know exactly how MVP Revolution are supposed to win this. However, Invoker and Darkseer might help in that regard, especially with that Surge. That Surge might be really useful to kite this Phantom, especially with the Invoker. That said, guys, before we get into the game and continue with the analysis, let's present the teams real quick. My name is D Swordfish. I'll be your caster for today, and let's see what Happy Feet and MVP Revolution have for us today. Yash, careful, rolling boulder, a bit of damage, not enough. The poison orb is not hitting him too hard. Right, so for Happy Feet, on the Radiant side, we have this Filipino squad. Jesse Vash will be playing the Team Protector in the support position. In the mid lane, it's Ben-Hur as the Tinker. As the carry, Jayo will be taking up the Sven. The Rubik by Jules will be the second support. And finally, in the off-lane position, a Bad Rider played by Yash. Now, as for MVP Revolution, this team from Kyrgyzstan, we have W. Zayak, the captain of the team, as the Crystal Maiden. Pubber will be playing the Juggernaut in the carry position. In the mid lane, Stormcat, their newest addition, will be playing the Invoker. On the Earth Spirit in the second support position, of course, it's Blizzy. And then finally, in the off lane position, playing the Darkseer, it's going to be Napaleoshka. Now, in this, actually, Stormcat is also dying to the power of Happy Feet. I just saw this cut the end. I'm assuming telekinesis to bring it back. They blocked him a bit with the Twin Protector, and they even went for level 1 Leech Seed and level 1 Stormhammer, so they were very determined to get that kill. High base attack damage on the Sven, even a Fairy Fire to help him out. Oh, Yaj is myself for the same fate. There's the Frostbite. Yaj wanted to go for the Rune, at least we put some pressure. Realizing that it's quite dangerous, the Poison Orb is really annoying him. Blizzy does not have a Rolling Boulder for 6 more seconds. So Blood Rider should be fine. We're feeding first blood to the enemy team, a team that already has Sven. I'm pretty sure you fed that first blood to him. Yep, that is not good at all. Yep. Because that Jayo does fast boots. Oh, Napaloshka stunned out, already slowed, has no surge. He's gonna go down to the Rubik. And this tri-lane, it makes sense why they ran it as opposed to just running dual lanes, because it's so powerful for the guys Happy Feet. They want to get some advantage in this lane before the Darkseer starts being annoying. They want to force him into the jungle if possible. However, Sven got no mango, but he did get a base mana pool increase, which also helped him out considerably actually in this new patch, because now you can use 2 Stormhammers as opposed to 1 in the early game, or use 2 Stormhammers reasonably well. Okay, Napaleoshka draws no surge. Now the Stormhammer catches him out. It's just a Leech Seed, but it's the slow they need, honestly, because Napaleoshka, without a surge, has no escape mechanism. They're really screwing up here, though. Okay, Happy Feet. I mean, I know you're winning and all, but you can't screw up your positioning so much. They body blocked each other constantly. They didn't body block the Darkseer whatsoever. Not utilizing his low movement speed without the surge. Like I said, you have a Sven with boots, and you also have a Twin Protector that's quite fast, or at least as fast as you are, more or less. So you could definitely done that. But the Sven with boots also didn't seem to have much an impact there, with only a Stormhammer and whatnot. I think they used the Stormhammer a bit too soon. Oh well, the Surge is already available on Napaleoshka, and he also has an Arcane Aura, so I cannot imagine him really be bothered by this. What you need right now is a Quelling Blade on Jo so that he can actually start blasting these creeps a bit more efficiently. You know, like Jo needs the Quelling Blade, frankly, but well, against the Iron Shell, it's not a bad idea. Okay, the battery on the top now has been frostbitten, now rolling bouldered, and absolutely squashed by these creeps. Luckily, he just gets killed by neutral creeps. He gets a bit of gold out of it as well, so it's not that bad. Worth of MVP Revolution is not increased, that's the whole point. And in this bottom lane, oh, that's not going to happen. And in this bottom lane, the Sven is already, you know, surpassing him in terms of farm. No surprise there. Actually, never mind. I thought he's surpassing him in terms of net worth. No, not even. The farm from the Juggernaut is actually much more efficient than the Sven's farm, so even though he got first blood and a couple kills, it doesn't really matter. Boulder Smash will catch out the Tinker. Oh, there's the Cold Snap, but not the Sunstrike. It's not going to impact him, and he's going to start eating some trees, Heat-seeking missiles, Tinkers wants to fight, Telekinesis back, Head Lasers to be used, Blizzy's going to keep on fighting this, but Benher is more than sure that he can kill him. There it is. Getting the Earth Spirit quickly. Jules is to run away from the Palioshka. The Surge is available, but the Palioshka will decide to use a different Iron Shell instead, trying to kill the Rubik with a range rather than having to run to him. The Rubik survives with just 11 HP. Just 1 second of Iron Shell would have killed him. 1 second. Or maybe, yeah, 1.5 or so. But sadly, the Darkseer is unable to get that kill, even with the second Iron Shell. As why, you know, you play a bit more aggressively in the beginning. Use the Surge, you know. It was an alright play. If the Tinker did punish a Surge or something with Heat-seeking missile plus laser, and the Surge, you know, went under the tower, because of course it did, then he could have gotten a kill on an Earth Spirit for what? A rotation and... Sorry, a rotation and a kill on the Darkseer? So a rotation that leads to his death, that's not... Completely terrible rotation for Napalioshka, who just... In the top lane, they catch Yaj. They have a Blade Fury. He wants to go up into the high part, but ooh, the ward sees him anyway, and the poor Bad Rider will just go down. Pubber extends his blade at the end. It's almost like we're playing Crumbling Island Arena. Kills on the Bad Rider. What to say there? I mean, their MVP Revolution finally get the kill they were looking for, but the Bad Rider was playing a bit too, I mean, considerably aggressively. Yaj, I don't understand really. I don't see why he's playing this way. He doesn't see this as his ward here. He could have gotten to the high ground, but of course, if he didn't, that means that he knew there was a ward, but isn't dewarded at all. Oh, stun onto Benher. They need a Cold Snap, Sunstrike as well, but not going to impact onto Benher. Mainly because they haven't been used, right? And the boots, so finally onto Stormcat, that's going to help him out a bit, but like I said, Benher, actually not easy lane for either of them. I'm also surprised that Stormcat actually had to go for the Quasi Sword build as opposed to one level of Lux early on, and utilize your range for that advantage, but... Yeah, sure. I mean, you have the Arcane Aura, so you should be spamming Sunstrike or Cold Snap if you can, just to deal some damage. I mean, create a Forge Spirit at the very least, deal some damage with this annoying Tinker. And the range on the laser is pretty nice, though. I'll admit that. That range on the laser is pretty nice. I'm underestimated the range of the laser, thinking it was just like, you know, it's small within reason, but it's not as small as I thought. No. Jules been frostbitten. There goes the Juggernaut with the Phase Boots and the Blade Fury. Jules only has Arcane Boots. That's pretty fast Arcane Boots. I'll give him that, but that's all he has. And now Pubber and W Zyke want to get a possible other kill with the Yami Slash. Pubber has it ready, and oh, there it is. It comes out. Yaj, one more hit, and Pubber takes a double kill with ease. While Happy Feet just watch their Bat Rider be extinguished by the flames of the Juggernaut. And the bottom lane, Jo, they try to initiate upon him. The Sunstrike misses though, so they'll lose most of their damage. And they won't be able to follow him through to the tower. This combination of now Darkseer and Earth Spirit has been putting a bit more of a dent into this fence farm. If you look at it, because the Darkseer hasn't been dying as much, the difference is now much more considerable because Juggernaut's gone 2 kills, but a bit late. One of them was to support, so yeah, let's not toot his horn too much. And oh, Blizzy found Jules. This could be an easy kill. Oh, is scared of the possible stun in Shrine, which makes perfect sense. Grabs the regen rune. Knows he's gonna have enough mana anyway, but whatever. Nobody else is gonna grab it. You rather that than Ben-Hur grab it with his bottle, and your Invoker has no bottle, so there's no point in actually you leaving it there. Now he's gonna go into the mid lane again. Ben-Hur does not see us because he has no in the mid lane, surprisingly enough, even though you're playing against an Earth Spirit. I guess the ganks have been unsuccessful, so it makes sense. Well, he's just waiting for a possible rolling boulder here. I mean, it's definitely gonna happen within the next seconds. Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Blizzy sees the lane be pushed. The Tinker decides to back out, even though he doesn't see the Earth Spirit. And we'll come back in with the next... Oh, wow, this is really dangerous. He comes in with a Clarity too, so there's even more reason for Blizzy to just go in. The March of the Machines, maybe they wait it out. W's out from behind. Screw the March of the Machines. Sunstrike hits him, so there's a Frostbite. And Ben-Hur will die to the damage of the Cold Snap. The MVP Revolution almost lose Stormcat in that engagement, but with his quads, it's kind of hard to kill this man, as he has a ridiculous regen. Honestly, I think his regen is, what, 15? Wow, 15 per second. So much in the early game. So he's going to be perfectly fine after that engagement. Just quads it up. And even, they're going to use the Shrine. They're going to use the Shrine even. That's fine. Honestly, WZAC and Blizzy both took a bit of damage. And now they have a Sunstrike as well available and a bit more mana for this Invoker. Killing the Tinker there was quite important. The net worth, like I said, of the Invoker and the Tinker is quite even. But you're Midas, right? However, the idea is that you get the Midas before he gets his boots, if possible. Because otherwise, the Tinker starts doing things with his boots, you know, going around the map, being annoying, and you can't, you Midas things. So if he does kill you for whatever reason, and that's definitely going to happen, actually, then you have no way of recovery. And he can just search you out and kill you, and that whole Tinker killer build. The Tinker, the murderous Tinker build, where you go the heat-seeking missiles and lasers, and you can have a couple points in laser and also much of the machines. It's very effective. In the bottom lane, by the way, they actually killed off this man. I didn't see what happened. Was the Sunstrike used? Yes, it was. So Frostbite plus a Boulder Smash I can only imagine, even though Living Armor was used. It's a Sunstrike and eventually killed him. Well, just we actually will find out an Earth Spirit in the bottom. Oh, god damn it. Pupper decides to go in. Omni Slash is the Bat Rider, and now in the mid lane, they go on to the Tinker. Cold Snap, that is Sunstrike. Sunstrike is not going to hit. Ooh, had that hit, he could have killed him. And Ben-Hur is now going to put a little pressure in this middle lane, taking the Forge Spirit. Why do you keep killing each other everywhere in the map? There's no way I can follow all this action. Meanwhile, Pupper fighting against Yash. Yash comes in with a Butterfly. Or the Firefly, sorry. No Lasso, though. And Pupper is really questioning whether he can kill him or not. Really considering it. I mean, he can kill him. Just a Blade Fury and he's dead, but obviously you have to wait for the Firefly to wear out. Not because of the damage, but because of the movement. Okay, there's Smoke Gang. We have the Trim Protector and the Rubik. This might work against the Invoker. He does have a Tornado, though, if he wants to. But it's actually no, because the Quaz leaves him in the air. So, yeah, it should be a pretty decent Tornado. Careful, Telekinesis is back. That's not the best Telekinesis in the world. He heals this completely. Thanks to the Magic Stick and Infused Raindrops, so Stormcat will be perfectly fine. That was a completely failed gank. Go Rolling Boulder in the top lane. They still want to kill Yash, but again, no Omni Slash means that Juggernaut can't really jump on Yash, and the Firefly is quite scary if you're Blizzy. Oh, Pupper says, screw it, let's jump on him, Oh no, Blizzy, where are they taking you? The Healing Ward is going to help you. Blizzy's just is trying to survive, and he will, thanks to a final Rolling Boulder. That Healing Ward will not save him, but it'll heal him back up completely. And in the middle lane, Ben-Hur dies to a Cold Snap, and this time they did hit him with the Meteor instead of the Sunstrike. Why? Screw the Sunstrike idea, you know? Why try to hit it with Sunstrike as a short area of effect when I can just hit it with a Meteor and get the constant DPS on him by Storm, actually. Because by doing so, they get a Cold Snap, you know, constantly going on to the Tinker, regardless of him going high ground or not. He can't evade it, really, because the Meteor will definitely hit someone without an escape mechanism. And, of course, the Cold Snap Meteor should be the Tinker at this stage of the game. Especially when you're maxing Zord. In worst case scenario, you use a Sunstrike as well. Why not? Those Infused Raindrops are helping him out so much. Jesus Christ. Being able to take away the Seeking Missiles damage almost to the fourth of extent is great in the early game if you think about it, because the Tinker relies especially on the extra bit of damage with the heat-seeking missiles and of course the laser to heal you, because he has no other source of damage really in the early game. He wants from most of the machines and lasers, so the heat-seeking missiles is more of a I'm going to secure my kill if they're really low. And that's most likely going to happen if they stand in the martial machines for a couple minutes or a couple seconds and they get hit by 1 or 2 lasers. That's a good idea, but however, you really rely on the heat-seeking missiles to kill them, because Tinker doesn't naturally have any sort of, you know, movement to build with yourself, so you can't really chase someone like Quap with. With that Infused Raindrops, it helps you out a lot to mitigate the damage. Similar to Infused Raindrops for Fate against of magical damage, but it really does stop his 17% greater bash. That said, Jayo himself with also Infused Raindrops decided to go for the Mask of Madness. I think that's the wisest choice right now. But Mask of Madness armor seems like a good idea. And they're starting to get some stacks, but I don't see many stacks. I saw an ancient stack there, or it seemed like an ancient stack back in the time. But I don't see many stacks for the Sven right now. It's a lot mid-sin, and he can already farm the jungle, and there's not really any stacks for him. That's going to sort of lifesteal, I was going to say. Good. Which is weird. They probably just steal the Blade Fury to leave. That's really smart. That's actually really smart. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to take this tower. Jesse Vash has an overgrowth. He has a double damage, but what it's gonna do? Oh, they spot him with a dust, and then they go Boulder Smash to stun him out. They even have a frostbite, and Pupper will just hit him to death. Nothing they can do to survive. Honestly, once they found him out of the dust, it was like, ah, bollocks. And then he died. And now this bottom tower is gonna die with him as well. And there's no way of protecting it with a living armor, of course, and you really can't do much besides that because nobody's gonna go down bottom and try to take it. Right, that was a really good cliff, by the way. Jayo keeps hitting this tower though, pretty determined. So WZI comes in, he has an invisibility. They were not expecting this. They have no way of stopping him. Like the frostbite is gonna hit the Sven. There's the rolling boulder, the storm hammer, the magnetize from Blizzy is gonna start dealing some damage. They need to get him a second stack up. The boulder smash will hit him and renew those stacks. Jayo starting to lose damage, lose health against Pubber. He has no armor to survive this, so careful Pubber. 2 crits in a row, and will turn the Sven into sushi as the rolling boulder catches Yash, force him to use a firefly. And they might even kill the poor Earth Spirit. In fact, there's a lot of napalm stacks onto him. They will kill him. It's sacrificing for the greater good because here it's all WZI's fault. However, here is the help from Jules' healing ward. Okay, to try to kill mid-suicide and give some gold to the enemy team. And he offers a distraction for long enough that Yash can finally leave the scene of the crime. That was weird. That was a weird play by the Rubik. I didn't quite understand what the play was, honestly, just coming with a healing ward, or just coming in, stealing the healing ward. I thought he came in with Cold Snap at the beginning, and then he seemed to steal the healing ward. It seemed like Cold Snap, but anyway, that's beyond the point. The Battle Rider survives, the Rubik dies. The mechanism is built on Napalyoshka as well. It's not the earliest mechanism in the world. Wow, actually, Napalyoshka's farms not that. Considering is not the greatest mechanism or even boost in the world because you don't have arcane boots at all. 30 minutes in, your farm is okay, like I said, but it's still SEA. It's okay for SEA, so in the average, you're actually quite low. It's mainly not because SEA is bad, because SEA just doesn't farm. It's how they play. Oh, sentry's gonna catch the tree. Oh, they know where he is. They know exactly where he is, but they have another sentry there where the tree cannot see. And the Crystal Maiden can, because she has the Crystal Nose, so isn't a chance. All they have to do is push this tower, take the sentry away, and WZI will feel like a complete man. And this tower against Pumper's damage, easy pickings. Easy pickings. I mean, he's going for the Manta style that Blade build, no surprise there. That's going to help him push a lot as well. High agility, plus a good amount of stats, by the way, and of course the pushing power of Manta style. Yes, please. Now the healing ward to help the illusions out. Don't know why he's doing that, because the illusions die way too quickly. But hey, keep attacking those towers. Pumper's doing a pretty good job of taking it down. I mean, he can even Blade Fury last second if he's hurt by the Mark of the Machines. He's honestly just evading them. And then from behind, the smoke gank from Happy Feet. Will they catch out anyone before they leave? Oh, Pumper seems like a prime target. There's the lasso. Healing Ward is just running away. Boulder Smash to hit 2. And Pumper, Blade Fury is going to receive any of the damage. Vacuum now from with War Replica. And the Yaj and Jayo are stuck in a bad position. Yaj might actually die first. And Jayo's trying to fight Pumper with all his might. But he won't be able to do it with a Frostbite and Boulder Smash to his face. He goes down. Everyone in MVP Revolution's in a coma, but they will survive just barely. And Napalyoshka smells something. He knows there's Jesse Vash around here. No, they have a dust though. They could have used it. However, it seemed like it because he just activated an Ice Shot just right next to it. But he didn't see him sentry or anything. That said, MVP Revolution lose a Crystal Maiden, if I'm not mistaken, whereas Happy Feet lose everything else. MVP Revolution really happy with this engagement. You're forcing this Sven to not really farm by playing or fighting these things. You're actually asking the Sven to go for Sanji, for a possible Sanji and Yasha, or maybe a Heaven's Halberd to begin with. It's not a bad idea, because the Heaven's Halberd doesn't get a spell of magical immunity, so Juggernaut can't really use his Blade Fury. But in the early game, it's not going to help you too much, because again, the Blade Fury can be used. Even though the Juggernaut, of course, won't be able to hit Blade Fury, because that's just not even possible to begin with. He is not going to dispel anything. He just be able to deal magical damage during the Blade Fury, and then, well, okay, fine. that's all he cares about. And also, he also has the illusions to deal some bit of damage to you. And since you have a lot of armor, currently, MVP Revolution is actually having quite an easy time, especially against the Sven because of the itemization of Jayo. Maybe an armlet would have been a bit more effective, honestly, against a possible Juggernaut. Unless it's Sanji and Yasha, in which case, sure. Fair enough. The BKB is also very necessary because this Invoker is going to get a quickish Aghanims. I mean, he got the Midas pretty late, and then the Ags is going to come, what, minute 18 or so. So that's average, honestly. Average Aghanims, but it's still good enough that you need a BKB for it. And now the Invokers will start joining in team fights, because honestly, once you have the Aghanims, there's actually no reason not to. The question here is for Happy Feet, sorry, what do you do against this Invoker if you have no BKB on your Sven? How are you going to prevent him from being kited? The Mask of Madness is not enough, the Warcry is good, but it's not enough either, and the extra strength will just prevent him from dying, but not from being kited. It's a pretty powerful hero and got severely buffed, but of course, if you do not go for that BKB, you're still very weak. It's not like Sven's core got changed enough. Okay, there's still the Blade Fury ability from Power. Yeah, he's gonna stop Blade Fury. This is not a good idea. The battle doesn't come in any second with a blink. There it is. Yaj is looking for him. The Firefly visions and reveals. The Juggernaut is not within range of a lasso anymore. And the Juggernaut will just walk away. I mean, the whole time he had the Omni Slash anyway. He might just be sacked. Jesse Vash is literally in the trees right now. I'm a bit afraid of coming out because of the sentries and dusts and that sixth sense that the enemy team has been demonstrating. A Diffusal Blade is in the work and almost done for the Juggernaut. That's fantastic. Meanwhile, the Sven Sanjin. I really wonder what that's going to become. Heaven's Halberd, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's Heaven's Halberd. But again, the armor that I would think would have been fantastic. Oh no, yeah, she doesn't like fire. She's an ice woman. Look at her. Just dies, crumbles to the floor because of the fire around her, and of course the Fate Bolt, which dealt a ridiculous amount of damage to her. Oh, Jayo caught by the Rolling Boulder. There's a Tornado combo with the Meteor. That's not what they're trying to do. Ice Wall as well, whatever. Vacuum to bring him back. Jayo is slowed that considerably. Wants to kill Blizzy. Won't be able to because he's been disarmed by a Deafening Blast. And now in comes the Tinker. Kills Blizzy with exactly what he needed, which was a combo of heat-seeking missiles and lasers. Yaj desperately trying to cancel some TPs. Realizes he's Bat Rider. Cries in despair. Pretty big deal. Bat or Spirit dying there, not a big deal at all. In fact, it's surprising, even though the Invoker messed up with the Aghanims, he's kind of showing off all his spells. Like, oh, look what I can do. And that was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good that he killed him anyway, because the Tornado Meteor was not the best idea. Meteor plus Cold Snap would have been better to begin with, and an Ice Wall as well. But I suppose he really thought halfway through, oh shit, I should probably put an Ice Wall down, because his friend gets really crushed by this when he has no BKB. And that was entirely correct, so good job. Okay, so now he's going for Mask of Mana. So he's just keeping the Sun. Sorry, now he's going for BKB. So he's just keeping the Sanjay as is. Which partially might be him realizing that he really does need a BKB, which is not a bad idea. Or partially could be seriously him just thinking, I just need a Sanjay. I don't even need a Sanjay Yasha. Sanjay got buffed. It gives me a lot of strength. I'm going for strength. I'm going for the pure strength build. And frankly, Sanjay does give him damage. Because how much strength does it give you? 16 strength. And all gets converted into damage for God's strength. So, because it obviously bases on your base damage, that's not bad. And that's 16 strength, supposed to 28 bonus strength, that's already above 40. It's the 44 mark. And that is above 600 HP that you're getting every time you activate God's strength. That's not bad. That is actually not bad, if you consider that you're going for that kind of a spend strength build with the Mask of Madness. Okay, you just have to go for Yasha. Never mind, all my analysis was... On the bright side, that Sanjay and Yasha might be pretty useful ones in this one. He's getting a lot of stacks too from the Ancient. Finally found some stacks. It's only a triple stack, mind you. That's not that strong, but it could be better. But triple stack is good enough for him to at least start rivaling the Invoker in the enemy team and getting away from the Darkseer's farm. Because right now, the fact that your net worth is so close to the Darkseer is a bit embarrassing. It's just an embarrassment thing. It's not really an important thing either. Okay. They don't see him, right? They have a dust available, but they don't see him. And this sentry does see this ward, so this could be a good place to de-ward, but I don't think he knows that the sentry sees the ward. In fact, he's going to see the courier. He is not. That courier... What? I don't know what that courier brought. Oh, blink dagger. Why did it say brought blink dagger for both? Oh, blink dagger for both. Alright. Okay, Juggernaut got caught by a lasso. It is really bad for them. The Tornado comes in. Pubber has to spin away, and he should be fine for now. The EMP as well uses an Exo Zone out, and the Earth Spirit will sacrifice himself for the life of Pubber. I think that was definitely worth it. And W Zayak now being harassed slightly by Yaj. Pubber, careful, because he's coming with an Omni Slash and Diffusal Blade. You don't want to fight this, honestly. I mean, Happy Feet, you don't want to fight this, seriously. You got a lucky break with a lasso, but you're going to die against this man. He goes in with a Blade Fury. Jayo's actually really tanky. They're going to Frostbite him, Deafening Blast, Cold Snap, so much damage! And Jayo melts to the ground! Actually, no, he's frozen to the ground because of the freezing field as well, helping out, but he is destroyed by the power of Happy Feet. And in exchange, you only lost an Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, Stormcat finds Jesse Vash. There's the Earth Spirit coming with the dust. Jesse Vash is like, what? Where did it come from? And before he can ask Earth Spirit's name, Kyle, he is gonna go down to the damage of the Invoker. And Napoleon's good too. That's a free rush on for them, and they haven't even wasted their Omni Slash in that fight. And the Sunstrike comes out. No big deal. Oh, the Stinker. They catch him with a vacuum. The Boulder Smash. He's silenced. He's Frostbane. He's stunned. And even though the Martial Machines will again kill Blizzy, Blizzy's pretty much used to this. The Tinker will die as a result. And they only lose the support. Also, that support came afterwards, meaning that you didn't get any experience for that. So, in the end, Happy Feet. I mean, they're pretty happy with that. Sorry, the MVP Revolution, they're pretty happy with that. They keep taking the enemy's cores only for one of your supports. That support actually meant to die anyway. And oh, Jules. Oh, Jules. Thank God he started spinning. I thought for a second that was the Juggernaut that just blinked to him, but no. Blink Dagger on Juggernaut, though, available. No surprise there. One of the most common items. Jesse Bash is following him through the trees. Invoker, meanwhile, he's decided to go for Link. Just help out Bat Rider's Lasso. That's not a bad idea. In the enemy team, Jayo has finally decided that it's time for the BKB, but it might be a bit too late. The Invoker with Axe is already pretty dangerous. He even has Blink Dagger. Sorry, he even has Blink Dagger. And if the Rubik has Blink Dagger, that's a pretty good catch for him. In fact, Jules is playing pretty good as a position 4. Pretty well as a position. Is that the Rubik can't have that much impact this game because the spells still aren't that great. Freezing Field is alright. Honestly, if you steal it, it's quite easy to steal. Magnetize too. If you do steal it, actually, if you don't steal Remnants, it's pretty weak, so never mind. Omni Slash or Blade Fury are okay to steal, and some of the Invoker spells are okay to steal, like I said, but they're not. None of them are really great. Maybe the Vacuum to some degree from the Darkseer or the Wall Replica could be alright, but you really do need that Axe to steal a bunch of spells in one team fight. Only stealing one in this case with the low or the highest cooldown, and you have 18 seconds on the spell steal. Yeah, it's not worth it at all. Okay, Power in the top lane. I don't know if he's being searched by Yaj, or yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. He could just Blade Fury the creeps away. He actually just used his magical immunity to kill some creeps. Wow. He even goes in head first to attack them. Nomisash can only consume, but don't use the Nomisash because you almost have level 3. You're really close to it, in fact. Yeah, it's what, 100 XP away. Take a tower, take a bit of creeps, and then you're done. You're set. Okay, that's a bit of creeps you need to take. Don't divide that evenly among you guys in terms of experience. Just take a tower. Jesus. Okay. No, Jayo. No, I mean, Pubber, please get to level 18. It reduces your cooldown by just 10 seconds. Efficiency. Also, 9 slashes killed almost everyone. There it is. Finally. Pubber is set. That was important. Being able to take that is important. And they even take the Sven stacks. Because now with these level 18, his Omni Slash becomes a very powerful weapon. And they even find out the Rubik, don't need to use the Omni Slash of course, Jules, Sunstrike, Pulse Snap, and bye-bye. He steals something before he dies, I couldn't quite tell, I think it was Sunstrike before he died, but okay. He couldn't even use it. Oh, in the bottom lane, they actually cashed out the Sven. They use the Yo-Yo of Death and Blizzy. They're just trying to survive for now. Rolling Boulder, Vacuum to keep him in the place. And Jayo will start losing all his mana, all his HP to Pubber, who just Omni Slashes him into the face and decides to crit him twice as he comes out of it. I don't know how he does it, but he gets it every time. Every time he can crit him twice. It's honestly been a long-standing thing. It's only 25% or 35%. But regardless, good job, Pubber. Being able to get a couple kills, now with a Scotty, he's arming himself up. Sorry, with a Scotty. It requires... Sorry about this, guys. My mouse seems to be doing weird things, which is why in teamfights the camera gets weird. My mouse is still doing weird things. Alright. Pubber seems quite content with like a game's going. Being able to go for Scotty shows a lot of decision. Oh, healing word's not bad. Shows a lot of confidence in how the game is going, because being able to go for Scotty means it's a late game item, which is definitely better for you. But of course, you sacrifice a lot of your early mid game to get it. So you have to be very sure that it's gonna work. Oh no, that telekinesis failed. It just hit a creep. That's not what they wanted to do. Oh, in comes the Bat Rider. Lasso onto the Earth Spirit. They want to take on the initiation, but Tornado hits them. Earth Spirit's about to die. The Glimkin is saving him for now. Blizzy is just gonna die in the fire. No, Rolling Boulder to escape. The Overgrowth has already been used, so they have no way of resetting this team fight. The Laser Refraction will finish off Blizzy, and for now, MVP Revolution have only lost their Earth Spirit. The rest of their team is still alive. Jules wants to fight. This is not a good idea. You still have an Omni Slash available. Oh no, 19 seconds. Okay, never mind. That was the illusion I was selecting. But the real issue here comes from the fact that, well, you do have an Aegis still available, so it's not that easy to just destroy the Juggernaut. 20 seconds till the Aegis goes by, so might as well push. Might as well. 20 seconds till the Aegis expires. You might as well try to push and at least get some healing out of it because they're probably not going to kill you in that time. Just commit Rambo suicide. I guess it's not the best of ideas either. There it is. He goes in. Still with the Aegis, pretty confident. It's going to be taken away in 1 second. Leave. Oh, where's the Aegis? What the fuck? Why is the Aegis still here? Isn't it a 5-minute timer? Oh, there it is. This is so weird. Why is this timer always off by a bit? Is it around the 5-minute mark? Shouldn't you be able to predict it? I thought... Okay. Did they change the Aegis Reclaim so it's not every 5 minutes or something? That was weird. I don't know why it always happens a bit later. Like, it's not supposed to happen a bit later, but it does, certainly. Anyway, Juggernaut gonna get a Scotty to his name. Pretty happy with that. Because, I mean, he's really close to it. He's only needing 2100 gold. And they go for a smoke gank here. And all they need to do here is catch out... I mean, ProDotA preferably, honestly, in the beginning. Oh, they saw him. Dust being used. Blizzy realizes what he was a mistake. And they still catch out a Bad Rider who jumped into his own death. Blade Fury just to finish him off. Jay already activated his guard, his steroids. Got strength. And he wanted to kill the Invoker. Invoker actually hit by quite a lot. Boulder Smash though. We'll try to say, and Jayo has Mask Commands himself up. And now he sees the damage to the Meteor, the Deafening Blast, and also the Juggernaut. This poor Jayo will go down. And Jesse Vash has to use an Overgrowth just to help his team survive. The Freezing Field already came out though, Jesse Vash. How are you running away from this? You aren't. That's the reason. Or that's the answer. MVP Revolution take 3 kills really, but I forget that Jesse Vash is not really important. And now they're gonna go for some towers. Pubber is pretty decided to push these towers as Healing Ward to help his team sustain push, and he's not really too afraid of the March of the Machines because again the Healing Ward is so good. And oh, Jules, he could have Diffusal Bladed him, but instead he survives because of a Blade Fury that's stolen. It's the best spell that Jules can steal this game right now. All they have to do is catch out the Tinker and then they're set. But the Bat Riders are so threatening in the back lines. Pubber could at any point be hit by the Flaming Lasso, but MVP Revolution will decide a pause. TeamSpeak has dropped apparently, and we'll get a second to see if Yash could actually initiate this. A bit difficult because, well, it actually doesn't show me the range of the Blink Dagger for some strange reason, but it should be around here. Like it should end around this area. Not in range of them yet, but it should be able to blink you from one cliff to another, especially with the Firefly. You go with you lasso Napoleoshka, preferably Powder, but obviously Napoleoshka is the easiest target because Stormcat has a Lincolns on him, so I'm just gonna go on Napoleoshka, bring it back with the Force Staff, and doesn't seem like the guys at MVP Revolution are coming back anytime soon, but they're winning the game, so hopefully they don't lose just because of this small factor that is the disconnection of one of their, or sorry, the TeamSpeak issue. I mean, they're playing really well. This is where it comes down to execution, because I don't think Happy Feet's lineup was particularly bad, especially with the Sven. The Sven actually seems a bad pick because he has no impact this game, but he wasn't that bad of a pick, honestly. Like I said, the Sven is pretty powerful now. The Juggernaut doesn't do too well against him, though he has crit damage. It's mainly physical. Sven can really screw over a Juggernaut because he has much more physical damage, and more importantly, Juggernaut has one of the worst agility gains out of any agility carry, 2.4. That's actually really low, and Sven has a good amount of strength and a decent agility gain as well, 3.0 per level, 2.0 per level, meaning that the damage that Juggernaut puts out is not that high, especially with Warcraft. Even with the Fusel Blade Manta style build is very powerful, but the point is, even against the Invoker, he should still be doing fine with the BKB and the Blink Dagger, of course, but the build he's had to go for does not include BKB yet, and he's had to go for Sanju Yasha as opposed to the Blink Dagger BKB, and Sanju Yasha is roughly 500 more than the BKB, so it's not entirely Blink Dagger BKB territory, but he should been able to get both. In fact, maybe even both before the Mask of Madness because of how powerful this Invoker was. And also, more importantly, they didn't make it many stacks here in Happy Feet. Look at this. You can't really blame Jayo. Do you see anything stacked here? I mean, sure, you've lost control of the game right now, so you can't really stack as easily, but you see any stacks? That's just one stack. And the stacks Sven's been clearing this whole time has been
1, 2, maybe at most. When you have a Trim Protector that can just help you from afar with living armor and can just sap experience with this Sven's stacking, sure, it might not be as fun, but you don't have to play aggressively Trim Protector at all, because the living armor can just be really powerful in that regard. However, the power of this is that, in this case, the Trim Protector could have just, like I said, made stacks, you know, spent this whole time in the jungle. Enemy team can clear them if they want, sure, but the whole point of the Trim Protector is that you can see them coming and you can punish them if they try to clear stacks alone. But Jesse Vash has not been doing too good a job of that either. It's not really a fault of Happy Feet in terms of execution, like, oh, you made a lot of mistakes. It's more of, well, you need to understand that playing as Sven has a very specific playstyle, especially nowadays. It's not that easy. You can't just say, alright, I'm going to play as Sven. You have to understand why he's been nerfed and why he's strong and whatever. And in this case, the reason why he's strong in this new patch is because of, well, a bunch of reasons, honestly. The base mana pool allowing him to be more aggressive, the stacking thing helping him out. Jesse Vash is dead, by the way. And, you know, those kind of factors. But you're not utilizing any of them. You're only utilizing the fact that he has God's strength and it gives him strength. That's only because you only have to press R for that. And the lack of BKB against an Invoker as well seems like a lack of understanding of how this game is going to go, because you have nobody to create your space. And of course that Tinker pick was not particularly the best either. It didn't work too well, but it's doing a decent job. It's mainly because he's up against a Juggernaut. That Tinker pick was weird, considering you're up against a Juggernaut. One of the most traditional kind of Tinker. I mean, he's not Storm or Clockwork, sure, but he is Juggernaut with magical immunity, lane sustain, and a spell that can jump you per se. Actually, all three things that he needs, and even goes for Blink Dagger usually. Destroy the Tinker, in fact. So, I mean, it's not, again, like I said, it's not really the Tinker's fault. It's more of Happy Feet picked a lineup and they're not really playing it to its strengths as much. Which means that it's not necessarily his fan. It's mainly the MVP Revolution is also playing pretty well. I mean, they themselves have gone for a lot of kills. They punched the Tinker pick. They went for the Invoker, which is quite clever, by the way, in their lineup. They went for a teamfight lineup and executed it perfectly, and that's the difference. Execution is not always about, you know, who can do it better. It's more about who can execute your lineup with more coherence, with more logical sense. Do I have a lineup that fits what I'm going to do next? That's the big thing. Does my lineup make sense, considering, like, would it make sense for my lineup to do the thing I'm going to do next? In this case, for example, take Roshan. And if you have Revolutions, you can take advantage of the Juggernaut and, of course, that Alacrity, then surely, yes, taking Roshan is always a sensible move. Especially when the enemy team can't really do anything for you. Okay, they kill the Dire Courier. That's really unfortunate. This turn is annoying. They can just buy another Courier, though. He had nothing on him. I mean, at this stage of the game, buying another Courier, not a terrible idea. Cheese dropped, actually completely forgot about that. Pupper will just put Cheese there. Trim could have grabbed it, but of course he wasn't close by. He has a Scotty though. Pupper is ready for a fight. And all they need now, all Happy Feet need to do now, is be able to kill Pupper in the team fight twice. Easy, right? 2700 HP. Sven has the same amount. So, strength, you having the same amount of HP as an agility hero. Seems plausible, seems normal, seems alright. Cold Snap, careful, deafening blast, also the diffusal blade. This Spider can't go anywhere. He's been disarmed and stunned, and subsequently destroyed. Nothing that Happy Feet can do to save their Pathrider, but at least the Tinker doesn't die, which is the important part. Ben-Hur will continue to put pressure with these March of the Machines, but Cover is gonna search him out for now. Just walking in the middle of March of the Machines with the Blade Fury on. He's confident, he knows what he's doing. They're gonna go for another tower. Tier 2 falling in terms of, or for Pupper and for... Yep, and Pupper who's getting the likely boost as well to help take it down. Oh no, Sven in the top lane. The Sunstrike hits him, and W Zayak and Blizzy might just take him down alone. It's two supports with the help of a Sunstrike. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Pupper just disintegrates Jules. And now it's time for them to start pushing the high ground. They haven't taken the tier 3 yet, but they're anxious to get those shrines as well. Careful, because Pupper any second could blink onto the Tinker, so... Oh, that'll actually make him so powerful. And that Manta style to make sure that he doesn't... that he can still hit the towers. They forced the Glyph out of the enemy team. No buybacks yet, but the Vanguard have to come back, so they need to be around the same team. What is he doing? He keeps doing like this weird split pushing thing where his team doesn't know where he's going. Neither does the enemy team. Oh, a lasso, catch out Nerf Spirit. Is that the best of ideas? Glimmer Cape to save him. That's W's Eye Glimmer Cape, by the way, and Buzz is going to be completely fine. A wasted lasso by the poor Batrider Yaj. And Pupper continues to hit these towers. They know where Jesse Vash is. They've rooted him. He's going to use his Overgrowth, but he's going to die in 2 little hits. Oh my god. He died in 3 hits. He was not expecting that his Overgrowth could not come fast in time. And Rolling Boulder does not catch the Tinker this time. I don't think they want to go for these melee or for these range racks. The objective is to go for the tier 3 in the middle lane. The Alacrity combo with Puffer just deals so much damage. He still has the Aegis, let's not forget. They stole the wall replica, that's not bad. The last is not available, so the batter will just jump forward for no reason. And MVP Revolution will decide maybe this is a bit too far. You know, it's time that we stop farming this. And we continue on our merry way to go to the shrine. Not their shrine, mind you, our shrine, so we can actually heal. Now, the H plus 2 minutes and 30 seconds is not that big a deal. Puffer can just take these shrines, calmly heal up on this other one because his team needs the healing, and then they go back and attack again. They've already taken one lane of racks, and it honestly took them no effort. All they have to do is win the team fight against his friend and utilize that Aegis a bit more efficiently. And of course, etc, etc. You don't care about that. You really don't. All you care about is being able to once you jump on the Tinker with a simple blink dagger, especially with Sven, because you'll be much more cocky, and boom, you got it. Look, he's just already using the illusion, of course, to deal damage to the enemy team. All they need is a gem too, so they can stop using so many dusts. Oh, yeah, see the smoke expelled. They know there's someone here. The gem season, Blizzy. Oh, Jesse, that's pretty. What are you doing? The overgrowth comes in, and the lasso is not going to come out because of the tornado. Jesse Vash has already been destroyed, and the frostbite will stop Batman right in his tracks. He's ghost hunter himself up, but only thing he's doing is gaining a couple seconds before he dies anyway. The vacuum from Jules will do absolutely nothing but confuse the enemy team, and now instead he has vacuum, by the way. And Puffer will not continue to push. Knowing that he has the Aegis on him, he can play pretty aggressively here, and all he needs is the help from the Alacrity. Once the Alacrity goes, you go back, heal ward, and you're set for the next round. Because of course, once Alacrity is on cooldown, I mean, that goes out. Well, it's on cooldown, but he can't really use it. Where do you jump to? He jumps to Jules, the Rolling Boulder. The Boulder Smash is actually going to catch on the Tinker. He first gets silenced, but no Boulder Smash because of the Hex. Really smart choice. Now, Jayo has received a Nomis right to the face. Sunstrike as well. The video, they're throwing everything up him. And Jayo, with the Frostbites, unable to move or do anything against the attack for MVP Evolution. W Zayak has to Glimmer Cape herself and run away. The Surge will help her. Ben her will actually TV back to base. And there's Juggernaut. Sees Jayo, says, well, we can get a die back. Careful, don't actually attack my carry because don't actually attack my mid because I'll destroy you. But he's continuing to attack those Rex right now. Scythe the Vice hits the Juggernaut. He has to be surged back, and he should survive. Jules now jumps in, gets hit by the Juggernaut. That Blade Fury is so powerful. He gets stunned out. The Frostbite of the Bat Rider, they could kill him with Blade Fury, but they can't reach him in time. Just one more hit, and Bubber gets the kill. He still has the Aegis, but starts healing up anyway thanks to the healing ward. The healing ward will go into his teammates as he's already dead. Sunstrike will finish off the Sven. And now, with a dieback on the Sven, what can happen if he possibly do to defend this? Bubber is already taking those melee racks, and he's dealing a lot of damage. Storm Cannon is sent to Alacrity himself this time, but who really cares? Those racks are gonna fall easily to MVP Revolution. The racks left are the bottom and the mid ones. The bottom ones is really just a range rack. So Puffer decides to go for the middle ones first. Alacrity on, and Rax destroyed. The GG well played will come out by Happy Feet saying we cannot deal with this Juggernaut. MVP Revolution take the first game of this best of 3 and are one step further into advancing in the winners brackets, while Happy Feet will have one more chance to not go down to losers brackets, or else they will just go